Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to the 2019 President's Cup Canadian Senior B Championship. Here we are with Game 1, what some people are saying could be a gold medal preview between the Akwesasne Bucks, wearing their gray with the orange and black trim, and the three-time defending champion St. Albert Miners, wearing the black, and John Lintz, their captain, winning the opening faceoff. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined for this game by Jamie Batley, coach of the Ganawage Mohawks. Thanks for being with me, Bats.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Stamper. It's a pleasure to come up here and watch some action from the booth.
Great shot for your chance for you to scout up here, I think.
Yeah, I think it will be a great opportunity to watch the teams and not have to sit in the stands and eat popcorn and talk to people.
Well, that's the thing, honestly, to me, when I'm watching a game, people talk to you all the time, which is great. We love talking to the lacrosse people, but calling a game, I find, is a great way to focus. St. Albert setting up with their first possession here is Carson Barton. The pass by Richard Laughlin doesn't connect. It's a little bit too high for Darren Kinnear, and it's going to be turned over. That's going to go out of play, though, and it will go back. Here's Kinnear with the ball. St. Albert with a chance. Well, Mark Christensen, there's a shot right on top of the crease by Creighton Cornfield. Christensen has it, going to the net, gets turned aside, stepped in the crease.
Looks like the Miners come up with lots of speed here and try to move the ball quick and catch Akwesasne on their heels.
No feeling out process so far as these teams are just jumping right into it. Here's the first opportunity for Akwesasne, a brand new team this year. They're their first goal in the President's Cup. It's going to be scored by Seth Oakes.
Yeah, and Seth Oakes is one of those guys that plays in the National Lacrosse League and stepped around a nice little pick on the top. Nobody came to him and just came around the corner and buried it overhand low.
Yeah, a couple of picks, and then saw Gale Thorpe slipping off his pick, looking for the pass. I think that drew a defender away. Oakes takes advantage and scores. Boy, Akwesasne, a first-year team, but very talented. You'll see as we go through the games, you'll see Seth Oakes, Miles Thompson, Gale Thorpe, Blaze Reardon, Oris Edwards, a ton of talent. Ina Thompson, a lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot of talent for a first-year team for sure.
Very athletic defense as well, like Anthony Patterson and guys. There's a pass in the middle. There's a chance for Barton. That one's stopped. Sorry, that was Brett Barrett with the shot. He's going to try and get the rebound. He is flattened there by Connor Lyons, one of the big athletic defenders for this Akwesasne team. They go on the run. Anthony Patterson, who can play forward. They pass it off Miles Thompson with the shot. Here comes St. Albert. Jordan Getz hands it off. Laughlin across to Getz. He's going to try and duck underneath. Picked up nicely there by Derek Hops. Here's Christensen. Laughlin. That pass was deflected. Johnson Jimerson getting on it. Now Chance Hill going after it. Tips it ahead to himself. Penalty coming though. It'll be a slashing call. And the first penalty of the tournament goes to Johnson Jimerson.
Yeah, this game's really come out really fast. You can tell these teams had a few days off before their last games, and they're trying to push the pace early, both teams.
Yeah, most teams have had some time leading up to the tournament. You guys played a 2-3 with Capital Region Axemen for the Quebec League Championship.
I haven't played in 9 days since, so.
Right. That first game, lots of energy, sometimes a little rustiness. It's a balance. You like the rest, right? There's Laughlin. Rips it from the outside. That's off the goaltender, and it goes over into the corner. Talk to Cody Back, the head coach for Akwesasne before the game, and ask him who's starting. There's a goal right there. Just a dead overhand. That's Mark Christensen burying.
Yeah, it was just, he slid down into towards the crease and threw an overhand, and I think it slipped between the legs. Yeah, tough angled shot there, Stamper, but it found a hole between the legs and are low, and those are hard to stop sometime.
Keegan Thomas in net for Akwesasne. He and the other goalie is Sam Verville. I asked Cody Back, the head coach, who's starting in net, and he says, "Oh, I don't know yet. I haven't talked to them." And he lets them decide, the goaltenders. He said, "I'm not a goalie. Wow. I don't know. I don't want to get in their heads. They just decide. They go back and forth and just figure out who's playing." There's a shot by Getz that gets up out of play. Another penalty coming. And I think that's going to be Jimerson again. 2 in the span of a few minutes here for Johnson Gimerson.
Well, he must be slashing or cross-checking away from the ball there. I didn't really see the penalty, but you know, you get an interference call, so he must be doing something off ball to get that penalty.
And it looks like they're working on his stick. Oh, they're going to tape up the goaltender, Keegan Thomas. One thing to note, starting today, we will be playing when teams are shorthanded. The 30-second clock will run when they have possession, which I know you guys as coaches just found out this morning at the meeting.
Yeah, and none of the teams, to my knowledge, have played all year that way, so it's going to be a disadvantage to everybody. So no real advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, it works out the same.
You know, it's gonna supply a lot more power play action, so it should be great for the fans.
Yeah, I like the rule. I'm like you. I would have liked them to tell you beforehand, but I think I don't mind the rule at all. And here is St. Albert on the power play. Richard Lachlan lifts it across to the far side, gets it back. Nice little pass to Christensen. They work it low, save on the shoulder of Thomas, and another penalty coming. Oh, we might have 2 penalties coming. Yeah. Both refs threw their hands up.
It looks like the Bucks are trying to finish a lot of checks after the ball's gone, and you know, we'll wait to see what the calls are here. But I know definitely the first one was after the ball was already gone.
Anthony Patterson and Chris George both going, so it'll be 5-on-3 for 1:42 or less. And the other penalty will stack. If you're used to watching the NLL, this would be a penalty shot in the NLL because they don't stack penalties, but here they do. So the last penalty to Chris George won't actually start until the other penalty ends, either by time or by a goal. John Lynch is looking at his bench to head coach May Diep to say, hey, you know, how are we going to run this? Lynch is going to stay up top as the safety valve, as they will go 4-on-3 as most teams do. Do you ever go 5-on-3 match, or are you a 4-on-3
You know,
guy?
sometimes if you're not doing well, you know, you can put that guy in there and he can set a pick on the top guy, and just gives the shooters a little bit more room, and you know, it creates a little bit more room. But you know, really, if you move the ball quickly, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
Sometimes guys find that extra guy's just in the way. Oh, and it doesn't take long for Cornfield to find a hole. Just about 10 seconds into that one. And that will give him a full 1:52 still in the 5-on-3.
Yeah, Graydon Cornfield's been playing, you know, with this team for many years, and you know, totally probably underrated at the highest levels. But everybody here who watched Senior B knows that he can put the ball in the net, and you know, he just went to the net there and threw the far side.
Yeah, and his brother Jordan. Here we see the replay. You can see the nice ball movement, and then he just steps in, and they respect the pass. And
you know, they really froze the slide there, and once he froze the slide, they were in no man's land.
His brother Jordan, of course, has been with the team for years. I think for the last 3 years, as they've won 3 straight President's Cup championships. But they're missing him. He retired. Also, another key contributor to those teams, Keegan Ball, is not with the team now. He played for the Vancouver Warriors in the winter season.
Yeah, and he played senior A in WLA this year, had a decent season, and you know, they're going to miss him here, but you know, they made it all the way out here, so I'm sure they've kind of picked up his goals somewhere.
They handled things pretty easily in the playoffs in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League in Alberta, defeating the Beaumont Outlaws 3-0, and then the Calgary Mountaineers 3-0. Here's a chance. Lachlan buries another 5-on-3 goal. So it's 3-1 St. Albert, and they have 1:29 remaining on the power play.
Yeah, they've really put themselves in a hole here. You know, that's just a little bit of a turnover, and guys are trying to change, and you can't leave Richard Lachlan wide open on the crease. He's going to bury that every time.
Yeah, very little chance for Keegan Thomas.
You know, 5-on-3, if you're defenders, you can't be changing, right? I mean, especially when the ball's in jeopardy. If it gets down the other end, sure, but that ball barely got over center. Those guys should have been staying on.
Chauncey Hill was racing in. That's not his fault, though. He's the guy who was just coming from the bench, getting there as fast as he could. And there's another penalty to Akwesasne. So they're still 5-on-3. Wow. This could be, this game could be not over, but St. Albert could really grab control early on. Barron throws it down to Lachlan. Skip pass. Good movement, but the final pass didn't quite connect, but Barron tracks it down. There's a save. It's going to bounce right back out to Darren Kinnear. fresh 30, there's a chance. And is that another penalty? So Akwesasne is going to be shorthanded for the foreseeable future.
Unless they score a few, but
yeah,
they really come out to hit hard. The Bucks did, and they're finishing their checks. Probably maybe a little bit late, slash them without the ball with woodies, and that stuff's going to get called.
And I mean, a wooden stick doesn't really make a difference. You're allowed to play with it; it's fine. But they tend to stand out because there's so few of them, and it's just they do catch the eye. And
yeah, a lot of referees are going to call a slash off ball with a woody before they're going to call with plastic for sure.
Akwesasne gets the ball, move up into the offensive zone. They're going to try and kill. This is where they would love to be able to kill the full 2 minutes, but the 30 is running, and they've got 18 left on it. Oh, as you can see right on the scoreboard. Great work, Alex. Here's Heine Thompson hanging on to the ball. Rolls away from Duff. And he'll just roll it into the corner, and that's where the 30 comes into play. Only 5 seconds left on one penalty.
It looks
but
like it's
that player won't
still be a delayed.
Yeah, that player won't be released. Standby ref has to keep him in because obviously you can't send somebody in. Oh, now somebody's going to get, 2 of them will get to come out at once here. A nice backdoor pass, and Lachlan bangs home his second.
Yeah, it's just pretty simple here. It's basically a 4-on-3, and they move the ball pretty quickly and go across crease. The goalie really doesn't have a lot of chance, especially after Cornfield put that first one in. He's afraid to move and has to make sure he challenges the shooter there. And it's just a great pass and an easy in the net.
Looked like an okay rotation by Connor Lyons and Sean Still. I mean, doing the right things, but that's one case where if the offense does it properly, it doesn't really matter what you do on D in a 4-on-3.
Yeah,
right?
as long as those passes are in the stick and they're crisp, it's pretty hard to defend that.
So a 5-on-4 power play now for another minute 40. The score is 4-1 for St. Albert, as you can see. I'm Steven Stamp with Jamie Batley, and we're only 6 minutes in. It's 4-1.
Now the Bucks have switched to a diamond here now.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of shifting back. Ball rolling loose. It's grabbed there by Keegan Thomas. And they've got to get it over center, over the restraining line. And that pass isn't going to connect. You have a 10-second count to get over. Here comes Williamson. He stops up, slips a little bit. That could be an issue as the week goes on. It does get a little warm. You get some dampness on the floor. Once somebody hits the floor, it can wet it up pretty good.
Yeah, I know the Mohawks have hired a cleaning company to come in and clean the floor every night or every second night. So, at least it's going to be clean. Can't control the humidity, but at least the floor is going to be clean.
I was walking the floor before the game. It feels like it's in good shape. Bouncing the ball. It wasn't, sometimes you get that grit and the ball gets dirty immediately. The balls are staying okay. So
yeah, we've had very few slippages even in the middle of summer when it was humid here. Barton going for that loose ball. It bounces away from him. Snagged there by Anthony Patterson. His outlet pass to Seth Oakes doesn't connect. Oakes tracking down his man, but it comes out and it's grabbed there by Ryan Davis. Davis facing some pressure, no problem getting it out to Casey. And Dean Casey will run to mid-floor and hand it over. Seven on the penalty. Christians has it. Christensen the feed, and the goal by Cornfield. Yeah, with 2 seconds left in the power play. Yeah, they've really dug themselves a hole. I think that's the 3rd or 4th power play goal, and the box was pretty spread out there. It was pretty easy to come around that top pick, as you'll see. Look, he could drive a truck down the center. He doesn't. The goalie's got to kind of step out and respect him, and can't get across quick enough.
And yeah, you could see that Johnson Jimerson was drawn in, like you said, the wide open middle. That pulled him over, and as he came to find the man, he vacated. So it's hard. It's hard to play penalty kill defense against a team that moves the ball as well.
Well, and then they're 3-time defending champions, so they probably ran that play a few times.
Yes, and a lot of these guys back. I mean, this is the core of the team for sure. Akwesasne has possession. They'll try and start digging their way back out. 3 regulation 20-minute periods here at the President's Cup as per CLA rules. Hard rip from the outside, and there's another goal. They're coming fast and furious. That was I think it was Gale. Now, Brett Bucktooth's not here.
Oh, okay, so.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who's wearing his number 74. I got to double check that one. I'll go in the intermission. Bucktooth will be here, but he's actually coaching his son at the junior NLL tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was just a nice little pick. Just like the first one, the first goal, he comes around the pick and nobody really comes to him. And, you know, it's just an overhand shot midway up the stick side on Bold.
Beats Aaron Bold, the starting goaltender. I haven't even got to Bold yet. We've had so much going on, but Aaron Bold comes in, plays for this club. He has for a couple of years. And obviously, when you have a National Lacrosse League former NLL goalie of the year and Aaron Bold between the pipes, you're doing okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of these games are going to come down to goaltending. So, you know, that was definitely the case in our series against Ottawa. You know, their goaltender played amazing. So.
There's another goal right on the crease, taking the pass and getting the ball away quickly.
Yeah, he just lost his man, got open in front of the net, and almost looked like he was in the crease, but he must have kept his feet out. Yeah, two guys go to one, and there he is, open back door.
Oh, yeah, did a great job keeping the feet out. The left foot came down, but I think the ball was in there. Yeah, so Brett Barron with the goal at 6-2.
You know, they're pulling the goaltenders here now, and didn't really give the first goaltender there very, very much opportunity to stop the ball. He made a couple spectacular saves, to be honest, but you know, the four of the 5 goals they got are you know, on the doorstep or quick sticks. He didn't have much of a chance.
That's a great play to stay out of the crease. Again, obviously you can't touch down in the crease. In the CLA, your foot also can't be over the cylinder. You cannot have a foot completely over the line of the crease, even if it's in the air. But I thought Barron did a pretty good job staying out. That's a tough one to me to call.
Yes.
Trying to see exactly when the foot crosses over and when the ball crosses the line. Cornfield tries to duck underneath, defended well there by Connor Lyons. Lachlan was open in front, the pass didn't quite find him. They've got 3 seconds to get a shot off. There's a save by Sam Verville. Pass ahead to Alex Lindor. He's going for a run, nice long pass. And Akwesasne will slow it down. Well, you'd love to get some transition goals, obviously, to come back, but at the same time, the Rose hardly had a chance to get out and play.
Yeah, they could have had a 4-on-3 there, but you decided to go off and let the O get out there.
Heine Thompson getting into it with Aaron Duff after the play. It was Heine going after Duff, and Duff's a big guy, and when he hits you, you stay hit.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty good center of gravity there. You wouldn't want to hit that. You're going backwards.
Seen him and a bunch of these guys play over the Alex Trubetsky Memorial in Prague. He's just a force to be reckoned with when he lines you up. Nice foot save by Verville, who stepped in and faced some chances right away. Penalty coming after the, I think it's going to be an interference call.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy call. The guy was running back and threw a shoulder into him. And, you know, that's what they're doing here. They're finishing checks, they're hitting hard, they're interfering, and, you know, it hasn't helped them out. It's 6-2, and I think we've had 4 power play goals. And, you know, I think the Bucks this point in time have showed that it doesn't matter how hard you hit or finish your checks, if the other team's going to put the net in the power play, it might not be a good strategy.
I just noticed Brandon Francis on the bench over there right in the middle.
Yeah.
I was talking to Cody back before the game, but there's Brandon standing up there. He was
he was coached Junior B, I think, in Akwesasne as well.
Yeah,
so,
and then he came and coached with the Iroquois team in the World Junior Championship in Mississauga that I was calling, and you know, I had to wait until that Junior B Ontario Championship ended.
Yeah, I was talking to Moose Oaks today. He's the owner of the team, and he was saying they had some problems with their coaches, with their certificates. And, you know, at this level, you got to have, you know, they used to call it level 2, but there's other classes, and some of their guys didn't have that. So I imagine Brandon has that, and that's why they got him on the bench.
Yeah. Plus, he's a good guy to have coaching the team.
Yeah, for sure. Been around the game for a long time.
But he hadn't been with them, right?
Played pro, and, you know, played for me in Peterborough 1 year. Yep. So, you know, he's been around the horn a long time and very good, a lot of knowledge of the game.
St. Albert back to the power play. They've got a minute to go on it. Pass through to Lachlan off the post. Goes straight out to Getz. Worst case scenario for Akwesasne. Barron takes a rip. That ball's going to roll all the way down to Bold. Still lots of time, 18 seconds on the shot clock. That shot stopped, and again back out to St. Albert. Boy, they're playing very well and getting a few breaks.
Yeah.
It's a lethal combination if you're facing them.
Well, yeah, they're getting a lot of breaks. They're getting a lot of rebounds, and the Bucks have been basically on defense for the whole period.
Yeah. Oh, great save by Sam Verville.
Really nice
Absolutely
save
robbing Barron.
Yeah, great play, great pick coming down the top, and that's a tough save for the goalie.
Lachlan hard low to high pass, gets it back. Rips it a little wide. There's a breakaway. There's a chance for Connor Lyons. All alone on Aaron Bold. Nice move, buries it. Short-handed goal.
Yeah, Moose Oaks did say that his team, they don't even, on the power play, they just go to the net. They don't try to kill it. You know, he said he's probably got more shorthanded goals this year than power plays. So, you know, there's one for them there. They haven't got one yet, but that's because the ball's been in the net all the time in the power play. But there's a shorthanded goal. Nice little fake, far side and go short, and, you know, Bold didn't have a chance.
I was going to say, as you're indicating to me, I thought his foot was well over the line.
Yeah,
Probably shouldn't have been a goal.
You know, it's a bing-bang play. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to, you know, he's got black shoes on. It's tough, the black crease, so.
Yeah.
The other one was close at the other end too, so.
Yeah, so we'll call it a draw.
We'll call it a draw, yeah.
6-3. Ball bounces away in St. Albert. John Lynch is going to try and get it back. He will. And he goes for a run. Boy, speaking of, you know, you talked about Aaron Bold and Keegan Ball. John Lynch has been a long-time NLL defender and transition player. Great leader for this team. Such a steady presence for them out there.
Yeah, he's won a couple cups with the in the National Lacrosse League with Saskatchewan as well, and came and played for me in Vancouver, and now you know, this year was down in Colorado and had a decent year. So yeah, he's had lots of experience at the highest levels.
Oak spinning with the backhand behind the back fake. He's going to get his own rebound back after taking that shot. Looks to Heine Thompson, who wants the ball, but immediately checked. Now it comes to Thompson. He's going to bounce one, swallowed up by Bold. He's looking for the outlet pass. Bold will step out of his crease to beat the 5 count. There's no 10-second count to get over center when you're not shorthanded, so he can take as long as he wants. The 30 is counting. He'll bounce one to Getz. It's picked off. Hill almost had it. Now it's grabbed by Barron. Sorry, Carson Barton. Oh, great passing play. Staying out of the crease and maybe a penalty at the end. Oh, that's got to be one. If they saw it, because Connor Lyons came in and just chopped down on the player after the play.
Brett Colm's going to have a penalty call here. The Miners player got nailed into the goalie after the goal, and then someone came in and you know, took liberties on him, and that guy's going to the box on a dead ball foul.
Some great passing. There's the one, there's the other, and then just standing.
He just
on the
gets
crease.
knocked in there, like he's not doing anything, and then that's going to be a penalty.
But watch 14, Jimerson. Oh,
it's a nice big slash by Jimerson, but yeah, I don't think they got that one.
No, that'd be hard for Brett Colomb to get because he was looking down at the other players being buried. So, but it will be number 74. I don't think we're going to hear it because it's pretty loud in here.
Yeah, I haven't heard any announcements at all, so. We should get that fixed. It'd be nice to be able to hear that for the crowd as well. You know what the penalties
are. Very
are.
echoey building. I love this building. I mean, I've only been here for hockey before, actually. So. Back to the power play after scoring the goal to make it 7-3. Change up by Getz from the top. Then he's going to head back to try and take away the transition. St. Albert gets it back, fresh 30 for them. Oh, there's a shot. Another collision. Christensen thought he had it. Didn't come out of the corner with it, though. He's going to be checked by Chris George. Gets it back, Lachlan. Hard cross-floor pass, and a nice save again by Sam Purville.
You can tell the skill of Lachlan there. That pass was on the right on the stick by 2 Bucks defender sticks. You know, that's a tough. You know, he's been doing that for a number of years, and that's a tough save by the goalie. Great save, but tough. Yeah,
you mentioned earlier. I mean, people at the higher levels may not know him necessarily, but people who have been following Senior B know how good Richard Lachlan is. That shot is wide. The rebound is snagged. Here's Oris Edwards. Oris Edwards just came back. Oh, a big tussle out front. Edwards just came back from California this year. I was talking to his girlfriend, Bina, who I knew I recognized her. I interviewed her after a women's game a few years ago. Here's a chance. Nice save again, or did it go wide? But she was saying they just came back from California. They'd been there for about 5 years. Went out, liked it, just stayed.
Yeah,
and
well,
came back. And
as long as there's no earthquakes there, it's a good place to be,
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
there's some good stuff about California. I'm going to California in October, so hoping it won't be earthquakey. There's a save, comes right out of the rebound. Another save, another rebound, another save by Verville. And again, Kinnear gets it. That one's tipped, penalty coming to Akwesasne. There's a save, and it will be applied. We'll go back to the 5-on-3.
Yeah,
It's
another
a terrific
penalty.
call.
You know, the Bucks still haven't learned from this first period about power plays. They're still hitting and knocking people over when they don't have the ball and that kind of stuff. So, you know,
Here
it's
we
going to
see
get
the
called.
replay.
You'll see it at the top, you know, right in the right shooter spot. That's where the penalty occurs.
That's the sequence of saves.
Yeah, it's right there. You see that right at the top of the crease, 71.
Right. Off the post. Oh, nicely picked up there by Patterson, very calmly. And one thing that Bina mentioned was last time Oris Edwards played here in the East, played for Onondaga, won a President's Cup. Miles Thompson just missing on that one. He's going to hustle after the rebound, but it's grabbed by Nate Gillespie. Gillespie over to Jordan Getz. And a couple of Bucks banging.
Yeah, they're finishing their sacks.
They're clearly going to stay with their game plan.
Yeah.
Just under 5 to go here in the first period. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. This free opening game of the 2019 President's Cup. Christensen. This Cornfield with a shot. That one stopped. Comes straight back to him, though. Another rebound. Here's a chance right in the crease. Another save by Serville. Chance Hill had it just bounce off his face. Straight back to the goalie. Now they do have to get across center, across the far restraining line in 10 seconds. They're going to have a tough time making it. They won't.
Yeah, the Miners basically offense stayed on to check there, and you know the Bucks weren't able to get any open men to pass to.
I know it's 7-3, and Sam Verville's given us a couple of goals, but he's been great since coming in for Akwesasne. Very acrobatic. Lachlan gets the pass back after the quick fake. Getz. I'm assuming that's the brother of Travis Getz.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll have to double check on that one. Going for a run is Connor Lyons. Thinks about going to the net. He's going to toss it back after he was stopped. Goes up to Sky Sunday. They're going to complete a change. 5 on the penalty. But they're not going to wait. Like you said, they're just going to go.
Yeah, they just go to the net there. They, you know, they push on the short man. They don't care. They're just going to net to score.
There aren't many teams that with 6 seconds left in the penalty would take that shot. Worked out okay because they get the ball back. Hey, if it works for you, I guess you just keep running with what you did. Here's Miles Thompson going underneath, shoots off the far post. It's grabbed out front, nice rebound control there. Long outlet pass to Lachlan, he's got Barton with him. Barton's picked up. So the pass to Kinnear, his shot is stopped. Outlet pass, here comes Akwesasne. The trailer is Hill, he's going to shoot, stopped by Bold. And one thing for Akwesasne, they faced some adversity on their way. They lost a game in the playoffs. They had some challenging games. St. Albert wasn't really pressed a whole lot. They have one 3-goal game. Everything else is 5 goals or more in their playoffs. But they don't seem to have skipped a beat. It doesn't seem to have affected them.
And you know what? They have the opportunities to have practices and emulate stuff and really get to gel with one another. And they've played together for a long period of time. You know, it doesn't look like they've missed a beat. They're pushing the ball and everything's in the stick and on the run. And you know, it doesn't look like they've had an easy run of it out there. But as you say, a fairly easy run.
Heine Thompson tries to get the pass through, can't quite connect. There's a goal. Maybe we'll find out now. That might be Josh Becker wearing 74. I haven't seen an 87 that he's listed as.
Yeah, that
looks like Becker, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a great play coming out of the corner, and it looked like he was going to be in the crease, and he pulled it back and kind of had a little bit of a dive and put it in the far side. Like right here, it looks like he's not going anywhere, and he's going to lose the ball, but you know, he stayed with it. The slide came, but when the slide came, he really didn't take the man or push him in the crease or anything.
I'm going to go with Josh Becker for now because that looked like a very Josh Becker play. He's got such Great body control. Haven't seen him play for a bit. We'll go check that one out in the intermission. Will be 10-minute intermissions between each of the 3 periods here. St. Albert setting up on the outside. Illegal pick. And it'll be Akwesasne ball. They are running the floor. There's the pass. It connects. Shot on the run a little bit wide. There's a check that's finished. And now we're going to have an interference call. St. Albert, for the first time, will go to the penalty box. It's going to be Graydon Cornfield.
We're going to have a chance here to look at the minor short man and see the Bucks power play. A lot of firepower up there. I'm sure the ball is going to move real quickly here.
Seth Oakes will be at the top. He's going to have his brother Russ over at the righty shooter spot, and then Miles Thompson down low. Heine Thompson on the crease on the left. He's not. I'm like 90% sure that's Josh Becker shooting, and stopped by Aaron Bold. Pretty quick pass and shoot there. Didn't really work things, but Becker comes back and picks off that pass. Here's Heine Thompson. Fakes the pass. Tries to go far side. Just misses. It gets up out of play. Miles Thompson arguing that it went off the St. Albert player. I don't think it did.
Didn't look like from our vantage point.
It's a pretty good vantage point we've got here, eh, Ben?
Yeah, that's actually nice. It's right in the middle and it's up high, so you can see both ends really well.
Darren Kinnear running through. I believe it's his brother Dylan that's in the NLL draft this year. I think it's going to be probably, I'm thinking second round, Dylan Kinnear. Maybe higher, you never know.
Yeah, I saw your mock draft come out the other day there,
what do you think?
I didn't photograph it in my mind, so it's hard for me to. I might have to bring it up here though.
Okay, we can pull it up on the screen. We can you can let me know where I'm wrong. There's a shot from the outside, bounces out, and is scooped up. Nicely handed off as I was picked up by. I think it was Ryan Davis getting that one. So now we're going to see a bit more traditional penalty kill.
Yeah, and there's not much time left in the period here. 20 seconds and 44 on the penalty. So looks like they're going to get probably about 10 seconds to run a last play. Well, they got it
picked
early,
off. So here we go. Heading the other way. Russ Oakes rips one.
Probably not the best thing to do with 10 seconds left.
Give him the ball for one more chance.
You know, if that goes in, then it's a different story.
It's always a good idea if it goes in, right?
Yeah. Well, the Miners could have had that ball, somewhere on the blue line, pass it in and get a decent shot. So that's that's the takeaway you would have got when that ball doesn't go in. So
that will do it for the first period. It is 7-4 in favor of the St. Albert Miners over the Akwesasne Bucks. I'm Steven Stamp with Jamie Batley. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Lacrosse, friends. There is the beautiful St. Lawrence River here near the Akwesasne territory. Thank you to Mohawk One for providing the internet for our webcasting here at the President's Cup. Go and check them out at www.mohawk1.com for more information. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Jamie Batley. It's 7-4 for the St. Albert Miners. They are shorthanded for 20 seconds. Akwesasne dug themselves a hole, but they're certainly not out of this.
Yeah, no, the game basically was all power plays for the Miners the first period, and the Bucks crawled their way back in with a shorthanded goal and a couple outside shots, and it's only 7-4. You really feel this game should be 10-2, but it's only 7-4.
There's Josh Becker. We double checked it is Josh Becker wearing number 74, and he goes and gets that rebound. Here's Miles Thompson. Behind the back pass, nobody really there, but Heine Thompson will track it down. That ball gets loose, and the penalty is over. The 30-second clock expires, and St. Albert will get possession and try to add to their lead. And Darren Keener was racing in, wanted to get that ball and get rolling.
Yeah, I suspect we're not going to see as many power plays this period and get a chance to see some 5-on-5.
I would assume the Akwesasne will adjust. That's a pretty subtle little push there by Chad George to avoid a penalty. Gets it up to Chance Hill. Hill's going to slow things down.
It's a pretty soft check compared to the first period, so
What
I don't think they could call that one.
No, that's what I'm saying. It looks like they've adjusted, right?
Yeah.
Like first period, you feel he might have run him through the boards. Ball's up top in the stick of Sky Sunday. His shot stopped by Bolton, almost tapped in. St. Albert with Ryan Gould had a moment where it looked like he was going to tap it past his goaltender.
Yeah, it was a little close, but not too bad.
It's easy for us to say up here. I'm sure Aaron Mold wasn't enjoying it. Here's Graydon Cornfield. He is turned aside. Good job defensively there by Zach Hops. And the strip eventually, the shot clock winding down, and the ball is knocked loose.
A little bit of a disconnect with the pass there. I think he thought he was going to go to the net, and he didn't. So, and as you say, the clock was getting down.
Russ Oates zips to the near side to Sunday. Looked like he was going back, but he's saying he gets pinned along the boards, escapes. A little slip. Heine Thompson. Rip stopped by Aaron Bold. Those two have faced each other in the NLL. Here comes Ryan Davis.
Yeah, I think they faced each other in a championship a couple of years ago.
That's true. Right, Aaron Bold was still in Saskatchewan at that point. And was Heine playing for Georgia that year? I think he was. Yeah. Here's Seth Oates. Becker pulls it back out. Miles Thompson directing traffic, throws it over to Seth. Feeds it down on the pick and roll, but there's a good slide. No real opportunity. Russ Oates will rip one. Rebound is pulled into the corner. Jason Riley tugging it over. And we're going to have a holding call.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? That's right in front of the referee, and Russ is grabbing the player's stick. He's trying to hold him up. He's trying to take his man, but he grabs his stick for a good 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure the ref wanted to let that go, wanted to let it go, but the Miners player was trying to change, and it was a pretty easy call for the referee.
So many times the ref will be talking. There's communication that people don't always realize. Refs are talking to the players, and often they're saying, "Don't do it, don't do it," and they'll do it. Like, or let him go, and if they don't respond, then the call comes.
Yeah, and he held the other guy's stick for a good 5 seconds.
Akwesasne comes up with the ball, going for a run is Derek Hops. Athletic young player, gets it up over center. It's handed off. A pair of Hops brothers, they were just playing catch there. Derek Hops ran it up, left it for Zach Hops. But St. Albert comes away with the ball, and they will go up on the power play, trying to extend their lead. We're trying to figure out how many power play goals they had in that first period. It's at least 4,
It's
right?
got to be at least 4. It could be 5. It's we don't have any point streak or anything like that to refer to.
Not yet. There's a bit of an issue. Hopefully it will be. Oh, it's picked off. Breakaway. Nice finish there. Kai Tarbell picks off the pass. He had 17 goals in the regular season and 34 assists. In this case, he's playing D and just takes off and does it himself. Another short-handed marker for Akwesasne.
Yeah, a little mistake at the top of the floor there, and they went down the other way. They've scored lots of short-handed goals, and that's their second of the game, and they're back in it at 7-5. So, what looked like they might have been counted out early, they now worked hard to get themselves back into this game at 7-5, and now we got a game.
I'm curious if Akwesasne, they're about an hour down the road or so from here. You coach here in Kahnawake. Oh, penalty coming. Kai Tarbell throwing a punch late. Let's see if he gets anything.
Yeah, it originally looked like the Bucks were going to get a power play here.
Yeah. But then the retaliation. Seth Oakes is fired up. He did not enjoy what happened there, but it was definitely going to be the original call to St. Albert, but then Akwesasne kind of took matters into their own hands, which I get. It happens. You get fired up, but it was actually. Wait a second.
Yeah, he's going to check from behind the Miners player, so they're going to have a 4-on-4 here for about a minute, and then
Okay, so there was no call against Akwesasne.
No, he was already in there. Oakes.
So the one guy was in. Okay, I thought they were sending somebody else. So okay, 4 minutes.
Yeah, check from behind. It was near the boards. Probably a pretty good call early in this tournament.
Yep. Seth Oakes gets that ball, tries to go through his defender, then tries to make the pass to Miles Thompson. Who'd it go off? Oakes is saying it went off a St. Albert player. I thought it did. I think he's got a pretty good case here. As he's trying to make that pass, it definitely hit a St. Albert player, and Lintz is going to fling it ahead. Heine Thompson locking off his man, and it's grabbed by Jimerson. He'll head the other way. It's a 3-on-2 with the man coming off the bench. And then Jimerson will peel off and look for a forward. They didn't tell Gail Thorpe, and he went ahead and took the shot. Now Thorpe will slow down. His dad, Reggie, the new head coach and GM of the New York Riptide, in the crowd.
Yeah.
Watching the game.
Yeah, good for him. He's probably scouting. He's going to look at some of these players.
He wants to have a look at that Thorpe kid, see where he should take him.
Yeah, and Brian Rice playing for me, and he just signed with them. So, I also Ryan O'Talling, who's playing with the Mohawks, he just signed with them as well.
Cornfield going after that ball. Great hustle by Derek Hops. Looks like Cornfield making it. Actually, Barton that comes away with it. St. Albert shorthanded for another 2.5 minutes. Akwesasne's left a player down the floor, so St. Albert will as well. Jordan Getz running around behind the net. 30 expires, and Akwesasne will get the ball in a chance here. With the ball in the stick of Chauncey Hill to move up the floor. Heine Thompson up to Becker. Just getting the full power play out there. Thompson backdoor to his brother Miles. Thompson from Thompson, the power play goal. It was after the first penalty had passed.
Yeah, it was just they had to get one within 7 seconds when they first got the ball, but really great play there, and we're back even closer now. So
yeah, 1-goal game as it becomes 7-6 once they put that one up.
Yeah, you got to Bolt's got to step out and respect the shot, and when he does that, the quick stick, there's not much you can do with it. He's got to step out. Look at these 2 or 3 steps out and almost gets back. But you know what? If that's a low shot, he saves it. Yeah. But it goes high in the top corner, and he can't get there because he goes low across.
What a pass by Heine Thompson.
Thread the needle.
Face-off violation. And Akwesasne within a goal will now get a chance to even things up. So that early hole in the first period where not many things really went their way. Kind of a thing of the past here. We're 6 minutes into the second, and they're back within a goal. This is a high-scoring game. Oh, what a finish. Miles Thompson, it threw me for a second because he shot lefty, but he will do that on occasion.
Yeah, he got someone missed a check, and he got opened down low, and they've had 15 shots and 7 goals, it seems like, and really not had the ball in offense much, and it's a tie game. Yeah, just 2 guys take one. He slips in the backside, and Bold seems to be a little far out, but he's got to respect these guys' shots, and it's 7-7.
Gets the pass from Sky Sunday, who had 34 goals and 10 assists, but a great pass on that one, showing he can be a setup man as well, as we are all tied up, and Akwesasne has the ball again.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised they didn't pull Aaron Bold there just to settle everything down. You know, it's been about 4 straight goals for Akwesasne, and right now the Miners are on their heels.
Yeah, even just give them the 30-second pull, let them know everything's good, you're fine.
Yeah, just settle everybody down, get an extra breather, right?
What a catch in traffic. It was Gale Thorpe grabbing that ball. Got the shot. There's Seth Oates. Around the world attempt by Thorpe goes awry, but they corral it. Becker gets a pick from Thorpe. Gillespie just kind of grabs on and pulls himself through. Outside shot there by Oakes. No problem for Bold on that one. Becker backdoor pass. It's picked off. Lintz has it. It's a little too hot though for Gillespie, and it'll go straight back to Becker. He's knocked down, hops up, still has control of the ball. Over to Russ Oakes. This is Sunday. That hard shot by Thorpe, blocked by a defender, came straight back out to him. They've got a dozen left on the shot clock.
Got a few resets here. The Miners are looking a little tired.
Yeah. They're hustling after it. Becker goes after the ball, but John Lintz, the veteran, comes away with a huge loose ball.
Yeah, that was about 1 minute and 20 seconds on defense there.
That's a long time to be running and playing that deep. And then they almost throw it away. Christensen goes and corrals it, gets it away from Hill. There's a pass, and we're going to have an illegal pick called in the middle. And Akwesasne looking to move, stretch the floor. Got through to Heine Thompson, but he juggled in a moment. Boy, in that last goal, or the one where Miles scored, my first thought, of course, was Heine, because he's wearing 22 and he's a lefty down in the crease. And I was like, wait, where's the other two? There's Miles there with the ball. You can see he's normally a right. He switches again. Miles has that distinctive smile, though. As soon as he scored and he smiled, I was like, wait, that's not Heine. They're very, I mean, the four brothers do share some similarities. Obviously, looking fairly alike, but boy, they do have their distinct smiles. That to me is one of the easiest ways to tell them.
Well, you know, you call more games than me. I don't really look at the guy's smile, but you know, I'll leave that for you to explain later on.
Oh, great chance in the middle for Barton. Rebound comes straight out to Riviere. You get it back to Barton. He tries to feed it through, doesn't quite connect.
Yeah, really nice slip pick inside, and found himself wide open right in the prime scoring area.
Ball pops loose, and it'll be tracked down by Connor Lyons. The Thompson brothers' mom, Dee, will always say it's Jeremy and the youngest is Lyle, that they look alike, and then Miles and Heine look alike. And those were the teams when they played backyard lacrosse all the time.
The youngest and the oldest.
Yep. Always balance it out. Both Thompsons took a look like they wanted to grab that ball, but it was St. Albert possession. So Aaron Bold will start with it.
That loose ball was like a magnet.
Oh, he throws it right to Miles Thompson. That is not what you want to do, but Thompson falls. You don't see that very often. I don't know, he didn't look like he slipped.
Yeah, you don't see either of those things too often. The goalie throws a pass right to the other team, and the guy in the breakaway slips a little bit. So
Christensen trying to go to the net. He's double teamed into the crease. And there's some roughness in there. Chance Hill ran over Christensen into the crease, started to climb up on him, so Christensen flips him over, and Hill I thought Hill was going to get one, honestly, at the end there.
A lot of action after the play, a lot of action after the whistle. You can't call everything.
Yep.
That should have maybe been a hold, but.
Yeah, but Williamson fights through it, gets it to Getz. 5-hole bouncer, beautiful shot. 8-7, St. Albert goes back ahead.
Yeah, just a good hustle transition here. I think he was, his stick looked like it was going far side, and he brought it back to the middle, and the goalie kind of went far side on it and opened up his legs.
shot. I want to take a moment and tell one of my favorite Brandon Francis stories. When he was playing for you with the Peterborough Lakers and John Tavares was playing, and somebody hit John Tavares hard, knocked him to the floor. Francis went over and immediately sent him a message, you don't do that. And I saw Brandon after the game and I said, that was a clean hit on JT, eh? He goes, doesn't matter. You don't hit JT.
There's no clean hits.
There are no clean hits on JT.
It's like that was a clean hit on Gretzky, but
yeah.
no, there's no clean hits.
Yeah, tell Dave Semenko that, right?
Yeah,
Those are clean hits, man. Barron with the ball. Over to Barton. Here's Jordan Getz. Getz, give and go behind the back save. Nice job by Verville. That one's off the crossbar. Comes ripping out. If he can handle it, Chris George will have a break, but it took a moment. Hawthorne was out for St. Albert. Great job by a couple of the Miners forwards to get off and get some defenders out. Here's Becker. Thought about a shot or a pass, nothing there. Goes to Miles Thompson. Becker, the catch in traffic, gets a shot, but Bold was ready. John Lynch, so poised. Couple of moves, still athletic, in his 30s. Kinnear down low, and Cornfield's shot, bounces up off a defender and out of play.
Yeah, the Bucks are pressed up the floor, which created a 3-on-2 there. I'm not too sure that
and another
that they realized
coming to Akwesasne.
Yeah, this, you know what, I don't know. This might be 5. It was a cross check to the throat or to the neck. Could be 5 here.
I haven't seen the indication.
Looks like
yet.
the players, the Miners, are putting their hands up for 5. I think it's going to be 5. It was a direct contact to the head.
5, high sticking.
I don't know if we'll see it on a replay here or not, but it was a direct hit to the head.
Seth Oakes is arguing, I think, that the player ducked.
Well, they're only giving him 4 there, but it should be 5, I think.
Yeah, the indication was 5.
You'll see it right here. Yeah, like that's a direct cross check to the neck or to the head
question.
area.
Anthony Patterson getting the stick up. Yeah, it's up now, 5 minutes. So the Miners with another opportunity.
Well, you never know. I mean, this team scores shorthanded goals, so after this 5, it could be tied 9-9.
Yeah, that might be the most likely outcome actually of this major. Barron starting with possession up top. Thought for a second he didn't have shooting strings in his stick, but they are just the white on white. Almost picked off. Here they come the other way. Oh, what a finish by Cornfield. Everything pulled over the other way. He was just left behind. Had some open net.
A lot of the Bucks were kind of thinking about getting down the floor there on that sort of fake pass. They were kind of gone a little bit, and that left the left shooter open here. Right here, the couple guys trying to get up the floor, and nice pass.
Yeah, the ball was tipped. So Derek Hobbs and Zach Hobbs both started to go, and it's admirable. I mean, I like that aggressiveness. Like, go ahead and run. But boy, when you're down on the power play, when you're on the penalty kill, you can't have 2 guys take off.
Yeah, and that put a little bit of pressure on the goalie there. He had to respect the shot and couldn't get across for the quick stick.
Riley wins the faceoff back to his teammate and then takes a chop right on the fingers. Not very comfortable after that one.
Well, we can hear the announcing now. We can hear that in the first period.
Love it. Richard Lockwood at the top. To Cornfield trying for another one. Oh, and another save by Verville on the rebound shot. And then through the crease to play the ball was a St. Albert player. And Chad George just trying to get the St. Albert player off his arm by repeatedly throwing his arm at him.
That was a punch to the face there that would have been called in the first period. That I don't know if Brent's going to continue to call that. There might be a lot more penalties, but that was a punch to the face.
Yeah. It's a tough call, right, for the refs. I mean, nobody wants everything called, but at the same time, you want the right things called. There's a big hit. Aaron Duff laying the boom down, lowering the boom. And Williamson's going to go for a run. Cornfield, I'm not sure he even knew that ball was coming to him. Pozolesny will just grab that and hand it off.
Another breakaway.
Yep. That's quite a pass. Oh, what a catch. Getting the shot off. Christensen hustling back in defensive transition.
Yeah, Kai Tarbell just kind of jogged up the floor like it wasn't coming and threw a stick and everything else. It went into his stick. Great catch, nice throw, and couldn't finish. But another shorthanded breakaway.
What a perfect arc. It's not a super high ceiling. It's not low, but it's not super high. And that was just arcing just below the ceiling. Perfect play.
Yeah, it's a tough throw for a goalie. It's not like the big rinks like Brooklyn or Peterborough there where you can
really high,
or even the Turtle Dome. You can still throw a lot higher than this. It's not low, but it's not super high like those other arenas.
Yeah. Love the Turtle Dome. It was there last year for the Founders Cup. What a great rink.
Yeah, that was that's a great rink. Back when I played for Akwesasne, they just built it and played half our games in Cornwall and half over there. So that I think they'll do it 20 years ago. It's a great rink.
Yeah. Enjoy it here. Like I said, I've only been here for hockey before. Really enjoying the atmosphere so far. Definitely warmer than it is when you have ice down. Gets up to Cornfield, gets it back. Laughlin's at the top on the power play. Still 2:08 to go. They can get another one on this man advantage. Foot save by Verville, goes straight out to Laughlin. Cornfield steps in, bounces one, stopped by Verville. Bill's going to get to the bench. Interference call coming.
Yeah, you have to let the guy go to the bench if he's changing. You can't get in there and you can stay with your guy, but you can't impede his progress. I think that's what he's calling here, an interference, because he's trying to get to the bench and change.
Yeah, Cornfield going to the box, so that will negate the power play. 1:53 left on the major to Akwesasne, so we'll have that for 1:53, and then there'll be the brief 7-second man advantage the other way. Russ Oakes loaded that one up, a little slip, and then got ready and fired it. But rebound comes out to his brother Seth. That's off a St. Albert defender, a fresh 30 for Akwesasne. Dale Thorpe hands it off to Oakes. Becker rips one, that's high and wide. Akwesasne just missing the net a fair bit, gonna dial those shots in a little. Sometimes, though, you'd rather be missing the net wide than going right in the middle of the belly pad, right?
Well,
I mean, either's ideal.
Either way, it still could be a breakaway the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes live off the boards, you do have to be ready. Somebody at the top's got to be ready to go back.
If it hits the goalie in the belly pad, it's usually a good, easy pass, too, for the goalie.
Yeah. And Chris George just points up the floor to his goaltender. Sky Sunday, one-on-one with Duff. Can't quite connect with Miles Thompson. He tracks down the pass. Steps back, shoots far side, saved by Bold. It'll be a fresh 30s. It goes over to Heine Thompson. 25 on the 4-on-4. Nate Gillespie had to go and deal with something. He's just walked right past us because there is an entry to the St. Albert bench, the visiting team bench, right down through the stands. Three left on the penalty.
Looks like they're going to have a 10-second power play. I'm not sure if they'll be able to utilize it or not. But
no, because they threw the ball down. It goes to St. Albert, so Miners can kill that, and they'll be back to even strength. And Laughlin will just step out to the offense. Miners by 2 as we near the end of the second period. That one's off a post. It's going to spin off the boards. Laughlin tries to grab it. He does come away with the ball. Sidearm pass hit Cornfield. He's taking a rough ride.
They got an Akwesasne guy all the way up the floor. If they can get him the ball, it's another breakaway.
He's got it. Kai Tarbell saved by Bold. Does he still have it?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. Almost got under the leg.
They almost got a 5-hole shot there, but he's been waiting up the floor for about 2 or 3 or 4 seconds, and they got the loose ball and were able to get up to him.
Tarbell comes back to play defense as St. Albert sets up in the offensive zone. Big hit. Getz will rip one sidearm. There's a player in the crease, so Verville just steps back. lets him roll around.
He got checked in there. Lucky the goalie didn't step backwards and step on him.
Yeah. 2 minutes to play here in the second. Becker, wide shot. That was going to ricochet into the St. Albert bench. Thanks for being with us here at the 2019 President's Cup on Lacrosse-TV. Oh, they're going to have to start play back by this end of the St. Albert bench. So we're pleased to bring you this free opening game. Get a look and see how things are. Hopefully it's going smoothly for everyone. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jamie Batley. You can get your team pass or tournament pass or individual game passes at lacrosse-tv.com. Oh, what a save by Burville. Laying on the floor, throws the stick up or just leaves it up. Oh, but then the behind the back, it's a good goal. And the big hit afterwards.
Yeah, great loose ball in the corner after the amazing save and drove to front of the net, and the goalie was recovering, but couldn't recover for the backhander.
There's the initial save, or the second save. That was spectacular. Then Brett Barron goes and gets it. Will fight through a couple of players, flicks it behind his back, and then pays the price.
Yeah, great loose ball and way to go to the net after that. But what a great save by the goalie as well on the first rebound.
Unbelievable, right? 10-7 the score. A minute and a half to go here in the second period. Akwesasne gets the ball off the faceoff. Kai Tarbell pulls it down, thought about the shot, flicks it up top. Nobody's there. Seth Oakes thought it was for somebody else, so he's going to have to track that one down the other end of the floor. Tonight's game will be at 8 p.m., but we're going to be a little early on the air, 7:45, to catch the opening ceremony. Kinnear can't handle that pass. That's going to be your Ganawage Mohawks facing the Snake Island Muskies. It's like a regular season game for you.
Yeah, like a crossover game. Do we do play?
Yeah, with the First Nations League. Three Nations.
We do play in that league. They only have one team this year, but we did cross over and play them twice, so we know each other.
Yep. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jamie Batley. We've got 30 seconds to go here in this second period.
I suspect the Miners will call a timeout here if they get the ball.
Yeah. You get 2 per game, so you use 1 in a period, so it makes sense. You can't use a second timeout in the same period, right?
No.
Becker with the attempt, and St. Albert's got it. They're going to have timeout. Aaron Bold was pointing something out.
Yeah, just the time. The time didn't stop. It should have stopped maybe somewhere. It was going to stop somewhere around 14 or 13, I think. They maybe put 1 or 2 seconds back on. That's about it.
Not a huge difference, but it does. I mean, you'd like to be able to just trot the ball up. You generally won't go until there's about 8 seconds left.
Yeah, it's not going to make a big difference, but an extra 2 seconds when you have the ball in your own end will allow him to jog up.
Yeah, instead of having to sprint or throw the ball.
Although we did see the WLA, they sprinted up. I don't even know if that was on 6-on-5 or what it was. I think it must have been a 5-on-4.
Yeah.
They come up and shot that from way out and scored. It was a winner.
Yeah.
I'm sure lots of people saw that.
Tyler Pace saw that. Went up on social media. Somebody from the stands got a couple of good looks. Put it up there.
That series 3-1 still? Or?
3-1. They play tonight, maybe?
And then the MSL is 2-2. And
Six Nations won the first 2 games. Peterborough came back and won the next 2.
Yeah, game 3 could have gone either way. And
the 9-8 game.
Yeah, and Jameson came in halfway through the second and stood in his head.
Spectacular, right? Only allowed 1 goal the entire against in 23 or 24 shots.
Yeah, really great play by the Lakers on that 9th goal too. A 4-on-4. They had a set play. And Buchanan gets a quick stick. It was a nice play.
Kind of hesitated on the quick stick though to make sure he had it when I watched the replay. That was a great play. Great pass by Holden Tony. Here's the chance, 6 seconds. They can't connect with Lachlan. Did he go through the crease? Oh, he didn't play the ball. Good idea. There's a shot. And of course, the Tyler Pace goal, the Victoria one, sensational. Ripped it from the restraining line.
Yeah, the one in Peterborough, Mark Matthews was a pass on that. You said Holden Tony.
There's Tony.
I'm pretty sure it was Mark Matthews, was it not?
You want to bet? You can go back and watch it.
No, I don't want to bet.
Okay.
I thought it was Matthews.
Okay. We'll go and double check that and prove that I'm right. And then Jamie Batley and I will be back.
I
with
was
the
only
third
watching on
period.
TV, so you were probably there.
I got to see the replay. I was there.
There you
calling
go.
it. All right, it's 10-7 St. Albert over Akwesasne. We'll be back in 10 minutes at the President's Cup on Lacrosse-TV. Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the 2019 President's Cup Canadian Senior B Lacrosse Championship here on Lacrosse-TV. I'm Steven Stamp with Jamie Batley. That felt like a long intermission. We talked about a lot of things.
Yeah, it did seem long. You know, and this game's really been a good game. It's been a tale of maybe two tapes. You know, really. First period, the Miners had 4 or 5 power play goals, and I think it was 7-4 after the first. And then you know, that period was 3-3, and you know, it seemed to be a better period in that it was a little more equal. But you know, we're looking forward to a great third period.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling there won't be as many power plays, although I said that last time too.
Well, there weren't as many as in the first period. There were some. Akwesasne with the first possession, the first shot of this third period. It gets behind. I believe that's the back goalie has come in, Matt Hebert.
Yeah, with a little bit of a surprise there, and not sure if what's going on. I don't see Bold on the bench anywhere, so.
Interesting. Well,
you know, it could be an injury, could be a flu, could be anything. Maybe they just pulled the goalie. Who knows?
It does get warm. It's not that hot yet. I know a lot of times teams will try and give their goalies a bit of a break because it can get warm in here. That pass goes into the bench just barely, and St. Albert will get the ball back. They're going to attack immediately. Right on the crease, picked off. Nice grab there by Zach Hops. He's going to spin back and hold up as there was no outlet chance.
Yeah, we don't see Aaron Bold down, you know, by the dressing room or like that. So who knows?
Yeah, maybe we can get it. I don't think he's on the back end of the bench. At some point when we get a chance, let's look at the camera on the bench here and just see if he's behind everyone. But going to the net, there's a bit of an off-balance shot there by Oris Edwards. That one was stopped by Hebert. I thought Alex should just put it on the camera. He's going to look. He's a terrific director. He will do it all. He's supposed to have a peek. No sign of him on the bench, so not sure what happened there. Heine Thompson comes away with the ball. Williamson immediately on him. Thompson just throws the offensive check into him, gives it off to Seth Oakes. Oakes falls to the ground, but hangs it. No, it popped out.
Yeah, the floor seems to be a little slippery. I haven't seen this all year, to be honest with you, and you know, it does feel a little muggy in here. So
yeah, I mean, you guys have played here all year. You haven't really had issues?
No, there hasn't been any issues. Maybe every now and then, but you know, there's another slip. So you know, the floor seems to be getting a little slippery. Hopefully, it doesn't interfere with the part of the game.
What have your crowds been like during most of the season?
Yeah, we've got between 200 and 500, you know, depending on the night. And when we're at playoffs, there were obviously a few more than, you know, we're getting 600 or 700. But
it's going to build this week. We expect it to get pretty full as the week goes on. Long pass to Lachlan. He misses.
And gets hammered.
Yeah, taken to the turf, to the concrete afterwards by Jimerson. So Akwesasne still playing physically, and a penalty coming to Akwesasne. That pass goes awry. Yeah. It'll be a slashing call.
Real easy call. A guy cutting through the middle without the ball and a heavy-duty slash. Pretty easy call.
Alex Lindor going to the box. So another power play.
I didn't think we'd see any.
Well, you said we wouldn't see as many. So you can still be right.
We're 2 minutes in, and
yeah.
Here comes Aaron Bold out of the dressing room tunnel now. So
now we'll see if he waits. We saw Nate Gillespie earlier was in the second period, was in the dressing room, and rather than waiting, he just went up through the crowd, through the stands, and walked around and came in. And John Lintz is indicating to Bold to do the same. He's just saying go around, and Bold's like, I'm wearing goalie gear. He wants to wait for a stoppage.
Yeah, it might be a long time in lacrosse.
Well, it's going to be a goal basically before he gets a chance, right? So Bold, whatever he had to do, he got taken care of, and he's ready to come back. And the trainer is running down. She's been down with him, and she is running to the bench to let them know he's ready. And there's a long outside shot just before the 30 expires. St. Albert might. Oh, Aaron Bold just opens it up and says, "I'm coming."
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if he's allowed to do that. To be honest with you,
but
he did.
What are you going to do now?
Yeah,
That was a bold maneuver. St. Albert back to the power play. And Bold has returned to the bench. Missed the first just about 4 minutes. Lachlan at the top. Gets it back from Christensen, who's flattened. Great save on the back door by Verville. Man down the floor, Tarbell. Nice trail check by Barron, and a great job of staying out of the crease after he caught that rebound.
Yeah, great catch again. Nice throw by the goalie, and another short man breakaway.
Yeah, Verville can really throw that pass. I wonder what the ceiling's like. Well, they usually play in the Turtle Dome, right?
Yeah.
So he's used to a bit higher ceiling. Nice catch off the boards by Hill. 2-on-1. Throws the pass, gets it back. Nice save, Bold, but bouncing it home. Derek Pops puts the rebound in. Short-handed marker again. The Akwesasne Bucks.
Yeah, and that they just went down, got the rebound, and scored.
Yeah. Nice passing play. Pops giving it up when he was in a pretty good shooting position to Hill, who was in a better shooting position. And gets rewarded in the long run.
Yeah, really just a 2-on-2, and he'll come across and snuck it between his legs.
10-8. Akwesasne back within 2. Riley with another face-off win for St. Albert. Seth Oakes pressuring. John Lintz going to take his time. St. Albert not worried about getting on the power play here. It ends.
They're just going to let it settle down here in 5-on-5.
Cornfield tries a shot. He gets buried for his trouble. So Akwesasne not really backing off with their style.
They're finishing their checks.
Yep, just being a little bit smarter about it. That pass gets up out of play. It'll be Akwesasne possession. Young fan races to get that loose ball. I remember being a kid at games at the Memorial Center, you'd get a quarter if you brought the ball back.
Yeah, and they used to give McDonald's French fries there for a while too.
That's pretty good. I got a few of those quarters, I'll tell you.
The balls are worth more than a quarter now.
I know, right? Now it'd be like, here's $5. Actually, I don't know how much you get. You can get balls for about $2 in bulk. Here's a chance for Akwesasne. He's got Barron with him. He's going to slow it down and hand it off to Lachlan, which is not a bad idea. You can get assists that way. Just give it to the top scorer.
Yeah.
Christensen. That's one fly from the outside's wide. Lachlan grabs it, though, through the middle. A little short arm pass.
Yeah, great vision by Lachlan. He was going to shoot, saw a guy wide open in the middle.
Boy, and Johnson Jimerson with the slash to Kinnear's hip after the play. That's the kind of thing you're going to get called for, too. A little surprised, actually. I thought Brent Coleman turned and saw that play. Here comes Miles Thompson.
You know, these guys, they don't seem to care if they're going to get a penalty or not. So
no.
They really.
Well, there's a penalty coming before the shot. Yeah. It's on Akwesasne. It's a high sticking call. We'll see if it's another major. That's going to negate the goal and send St. Albert to the power play.
Yeah, the whistle was definitely before the ball went in, and the Miners player was helmet half knocked off a little bit, and definitely was a check to the head. I'm not sure how hard. I didn't see it, but
yeah, Oris Edwards going to the box. I agree. There's no question the whistle went before the ball went in. The player was winding up for the shot as the whistle went. So
it's unfortunate it's a play that's away from the ball and away from the shooter.
Yep. Power play again. There's a chance for Lachlan. Nice save for Ville. Back to Christensen behind the back pass. Didn't connect. Martin still going after it, but Lachlan will throw it to Christensen. That pass is tipped. It was played by the hand of Chris George. Christensen may have got a bit of away with a bit of a slash on the leg there, so evening things up a bit. Akwesasne goes to the penalty kill. Again, the 30-second clock is running when you have the ball shorthanded. This is a change for all of these teams. They're still adjusting to it. A lot of them just found out this morning. I've heard last night, actually, because I asked about it. Happened to be at the hotel with a lot of the refs and yourself there, Bats.
Yeah, apparently the rule was changed at the semi-annual general meeting in the spring, and I don't know. I guess maybe it wasn't handed down to all the. Well, it probably was, and nobody saw it, and so we played the other way for the whole year. But hey, it's no disadvantage to any of the teams at this point, so you got to roll with it.
Pass to Lachlan. He misses, going to go across the cornfield. They're running low on time. He'll make the pass. Now they're out of 30 seconds. And Akwesasne will get it. And they have a man down the floor already. Sky Sunday was up. Big collision. Akwesasne wants a penalty.
Yeah, it's a little after the whistle, and I don't know if there was any foul there, but it didn't look good.
Miles Thompson with the forecheck pressure, the pass made. Ryan Gould goes for a run, hands it off. 12 minutes to go, it's a close game. 8 seconds left in the power play. St. Albert looks like they're going to just wait the Akwesasne player to come out. They've only got 5 on the shot clock now, and Tarbell's not coming back. He's just going to stay up the floor. That shot goes up off the goalie, up out of play off the roof. St. Albert gets it back. That shot off the backboards into the St. Albert bench. Bucks ball.
Yeah, lucky it hit the crossbar and went up another play. Otherwise, it would be another breakaway.
That pass caught one-handed by Russ Oakes, but then it's stripped from him. Akwesasne comes away with it. Leaves it for Lintz. Bouncer ahead to Lachlan. Yeah, we're going to have a break between games. There will be a Masters game. Is that the Ganawagi and Akwesasne?
Yeah,
Masters?
and Mike Benedict Sr. Passed away this year, and I forget the other guys. Norton, I forget his first name, from Ganawagi, and it's a game to show their respects to those gentlemen that passed away this year.
Very nice. That'll be, I think, at 4 o'clock they're playing that one.
Yeah. And hopefully we don't get too many injuries.
Yeah.
Those games sometimes can result in injuries and things like that. So hopefully, I don't mean guys hitting each other. I mean like
just running,
running and falling down and stuff.
I play in the Borough Boys Old Guys League in Peterborough. And there are some nights nobody touches me and I'm pretty sore.
Yeah.
Illegal cross-checking call coming to Johnson Jimerson, who has spent a lot of time in the penalty box.
Hey, lucky he didn't get checked from behind, because that might have been his 5th penalty. He might be out of the game in a 4-minute power play, because that was a check from behind. But
they go with the illegal cross-check call, which is a bit of a break, but it does mean another power play for St. Albert. Christensen got handcuffed, nicely snagged by Chris George, but then it pops away from him, and it's a 2-on-1. That's a check from behind. Yeah. We'll see whether they call it that or illegal cross-check. Christensen pulls George off, and he's going to go after him, and then a punch throw. And I got to imagine there are going to be multiple Bucks going to the box here.
Yeah, there's going to be a check from behind, I think, or a legal check that's going to be at least a 2 or a 4, and then some roughings after that. Yeah. There's at least 2 Akwesasne players and 1 minor. So
I think it was Chad George with the original check from behind, or Chris George, sorry, 77. Then Chad George got in. Christensen was pulling someone off, and see how it all plays out. Either way, it's not going to be a great situation for Akwesasne.
A little bit of an overreaction. He's just pulling him off a little bit. He wasn't yanking him off or anything, and that's going to cost them another 2 and another player in the box. But it doesn't seem to affect them. It's a 2-goal game here with 10 minutes left to go, and the Miners have had 15 power plays. So is
that actually 15? Or
I don't know. It's got to be 15, and I'm guessing. And there's no reason to suspect they wouldn't take a couple more, because they've got 3 shorthanded goals. So, maybe that's their strategy.
And, I mean, the Georges getting into it there. We've seen similar things from, I think, Kyle and Brock Sorensen, all the Evans brothers, name a brother duo. One of them, something happens, they go in. And you need to have discipline, but at the same time, it's a sibling.
I don't know. I'm thinking it should be 4-on-3, but the Miners have 5 players out there. Okay, they're pulling one off now.
Yeah. So Jordan Getz will start with it. Barron at the top. Laughlin's down low. Back out to Barron. So the 4-on-3. Backdoor goal. That's why Richard Lachlan is low. How many's he got? That's 4 for him?
Yeah, he's 3 or 4, and then probably 3 power play goals to boot. So that's just a quick quick movement of the ball, and really the goalie has to respect that shot from Cornfield. And really nice pass here. Nice pass, shooter to crease to crease, and the goalie's not really set right because he's got to go to the first quick stick, and he doesn't really have a chance on the second one. As long as that pass, we talked about it, as long as that pass is right in your stick, that's a goal every time for everybody. If that pass is a little bit off, then the goalie has that extra second to get across. But these guys can move the ball well, and they've done it for many years. So
Johnson Jimerson is released. He had the early penalty, and Chris George had jumped out. They sent him back in. He still got a minute 45 to serve, or 2 minutes, depending which way they did it. Which of the Georges is in there first, but we're still 4 on 3.
4 on 3, yeah, we're still 4 on 3. So I suspect to see some more of this double quick stick stuff. Get them moving, and I suspect it'll happen again. And there it is.
There it is. You called it. Lachlan this time passing across to Grayton Cornfield, and as you said, the pass is perfect. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard for the goalie. He's sliding across, and he's got to hope he gets there. And he's planted on the crease, so it's just great, quick ball movement here. You can see him here in the replay. He's on the crease. It's one step across, and it's a quick pass and a quick stick.
Cornfield kind of stayed a step back from the crease on the far side, so he could step in as the pass came, which is interesting. You see guys a lot of times at 2 feet there, just waiting with the stick. He actually got the step into it.
Yeah, and made sure he was out of the crease.
Yeah. I think this is a timeout by Akwesasne. It may have just been a goalie water break.
Yeah, it was. The Bucks goalie asked for a water break from the referee, and as we're told this morning that they're never going to deny the goalie a water break, especially with all that equipment.
They also asked them not to use goalie water breaks as timeouts, but come on.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's consistent, if you keep doing it at a certain point in time, with the other team scores or whatever, it's definitely a strategy, and the refs don't want that to happen, but they don't want to take away a hydration break for a goal either.
Midway through the third period in a warm building, Sanfordville well within his rights, I would say.
Now, is that the right score? Are we 12-8?
That should be 12-8.
Okay, there. It's 12-8 on our screen and 11 here, so it's 12-8 the score here with 10 minutes left to go, up by 4, and they probably had 8 power play goals.
Yeah. We're now 4 on 4. And I'll tell you, if this, and I know you don't want to hear this, as a coach of one of the teams, if this did wind up being a gold medal game preview, I'd be fascinated to see that game. Great save for Bill. My goodness, what a stop.
Yeah, good stop, or did he get a piece of the crossbar? I
thought the goalie got it back.
Yeah, it was hard to tell from our angle, but geez, I thought that was another quick stick goal.
I did too. 4 on 4 for another minute. Lachlan, nice pass across to Cornfield. Another save by Verville. And it looks like Derek Hobbs might be, he had a little trouble corralling the ball. Great hustle by Kinnear to get back and take away the transition chance. I look at the field this year. I think there are a bunch of teams that could win this. Your Ganawagi Mohawks, both these teams, or the Six Nations Rivermen, Ladner Pioneers. There's a bunch of good teams.
Yeah, there's not really a super dominant team.
Nope. We ran out of time as the ball goes into Miles Thompson. And he will throw a couple of fakes and tucks it home. 4-on-4 goal makes it 12-9.
Yeah, you can't leave him open in front of the net. Just a little switch off here. 2 guys went to the ball, and he gets open in front of the net. But the guy coming back should be taking the man and tries to play net instead. And he's going to put that ball in with that much time.
And as we're going, the Capital Region Axemen, who finished fairly well behind you guys in the regular season, beating you 2 straight in the league championship. You got to take them seriously. Nova Scotia has a collection of players from their league that will be playing. And who did we not mention? One more team.
Snake Island Muskies.
Snake Island Muskies, who on any given day, again, didn't have the best season.
Yeah, they had a tough season because they didn't really have anyone else in their league, so they had to play a couple crossovers, and they had an exhibition last week where they stopped and played 6-on-5. It's kind of a controlled situation. So they've had a tough year in that they haven't been able to have a lot of games and get their timing down and have real game situations. So it's going to be tough for them, but. Great family running that. Joe Hall and the Mitchell family running that as they do, and great family doing that, and they're going to come out hard and try to win games.
Let's go up. Last year I was really good with Mitch's first name, Gawalate.
Luelas?
No, the other brother.
Oh, Galiwade.
Galiwade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I traded for Galiwade a long time ago in the Lakers, so I had to learn that name real quick.
There you go.
And then Luelis played for the junior Peterborough Lakers, so
Okay.
you know, I had to learn that name too. So
Yeah.
I've known those names for a while. It was easy for me to rhyme them off. But if you're just looking at it on the sheet here, you wouldn't get those two names pronunciation.
No.
Of
Well,
that.
you have to know Mohawk, right, to be able to do that. There's Miles Thompson, another goal. The pass in front. Great feed by Seth Oakes. And Thompson pulls the Bucks back with it too. I was starting to think, no, now they've taken too many penalties, giving up too many goals.
Just a slip pick here.
Yeah.
You know, he comes in and the defenseman thinks he has it, and he slips inside, and you give him a couple fakes, and it's going to be hard for the goalie to stop it. Bad communication on the Miners there. I know they'll want to have that one back.
A little pick coming on Aaron Duff, and Miles Thompson, as you said, just kept going, and nobody picking him up. And you can't leave Miles Thompson alone on your goalie,
not with a couple
even
of
if your
fakes.
goalie's Aaron Bold.
Yeah, a couple of fakes, and that's going to be tough on the goalie because you don't know where he's shooting and when.
John Lynch takes possession after another face-off win for St. Albert. Got to give some credit to Riley, Jason Riley, for St. Albert, winning a bunch of draws. When the ball's turned over, Alex Lindor will just slow things down, and Seth Oakes is saying, pull the goalie, penalty coming to St. Albert, so a 6-on-5. Becker says Oakes rips at the save by Bold, and it's an illegal substitution. Too many men called against St. Albert.
Yeah, good play by John Lynch there. I don't know if you noticed that there. Oakes is shooting the ball, and John doesn't close the gap, but he takes the inside away so that Aaron Bold could step out and know that that shot's going to be, you know, on the inside half of the net. So a very veteran play, a professional defender that knows where his position is there.
And goalies love that, right? I mean, when the
Yeah.
guy's veteran, he knows he's taking that spot away. He knows what he has to cover. Becker thought about the shot for a second. Russ Oakes rips one, saved by Bold. Not sure where it is, so he steps to the side. There's a veteran play. As a goalie, you just get off to the side of your net, so if it does come out, it doesn't roll in.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to make sure you're not standing in front of the net. If it pops out on you, you want to be at the side, so that would definitely a veteran move.
Riley, we talked about it as a face-off guy, does a nice job getting the ball up over the restraining line, then passes it off before he heads to the bench for a replacement. Christensen's cutting to the net. They're going to give it to Barton. Spin by Getz, twister. Another save by Verville. It's right down by his feet.
Yeah, it would have been a big goal here with 6 minutes left there. Nice play. Little Denny Savard spin inside.
You know, I coined the term Subanian spinorama
Okay.
for PK Subban.
Okay.
I call it his first year of junior with the Belleville Bulls. I was doing color for them and coined that. Picked off, obviously it was based on the Savardian spinorama, but still. My little claim to fame. The shot by Becker comes right back to him. Big save by Aaron Bold. And then pounces on the rebound. Nobody can go into the crease after it here in the CLA anyway.
Yeah, great job by Becker to get his own rebound, but couldn't carry it past Bold.
Christensen, 33 seconds left on the St. Albert penalty. Seth Oakes has stayed up the floor to draw a defender out. That's something you probably do more now, is leave a player up when it's the 30 seconds is running.
Yeah, because you know it's only going to be 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and defensively, you know you're just playing 3-on-4, where you know you wouldn't do that otherwise because they could rag it the whole time, and
Yeah.
it's tough playing defense for longer than 25 seconds. So.
Heine Thompson tries to make the pass across to Seth Oakes, goes to Russ instead. The penalty's over. It's caught by Becker. Heine Thompson shot well wide. The 30 will expire. 4.5 to go in the opening game of the 2019 President's Cup on Lacrosse-TV. I'm Steven Stamp with Jamie Batley. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Great. Better to sit up here and call it and talk
Right.
about it than to sit in the stands and
It's fun.
eat popcorn and hot dogs.
I still remember the first game we ever called together. It was in Oakville.
Yeah. I think I did a good job that night.
What's that?
I think I did a good
You
job.
did a really good job.
Yeah. It was 2013, wasn't it?
Was it? Could be.
I think it was,
You had the night off from coaching the Lakers? And,
Yeah, it was a forced suspension of some sort. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what the reason why I got suspended, but
that may have been coming off the Man Cup, I think. With the, yeah.
I'm just being facetious. But
Rip from the outside, but gets nice save by Verville. Lachlan thought he had it, it was loose. And that gave a chance for Patterson to get on top of him.
yeah, and the Miners really got to use the 30s here. Great job by a veteran player, Lachlan, to get the loose ball and not go to the net, pull it out, use the 30. You know, time's on their side right now, so they want to use as much as they can.
Cornfield trying to go to the net. They've got 12 left. Barron will rip one, stop. I'm curious to see if Akwesasne at some point in the tournament has a lead late in a game. Do they use the 30 or do they just say forget it, just keep running?
Well, you know, that was an ill-advised shot late in the 30 anyway. You're at the top
Yeah.
and you shoot that. It could be a breakaway the other way, right? You want to get that in the corner and take the shots from down there.
Well, there was 12 seconds left on the clock also, so yeah, not the best decision. Seth Oakes takes it from Russ. Gale Thorpe with the shot, no problem for Gold. They've got a man heading from the bench. It's picked off. Oakes didn't see where it went. He's the one who blocked it, and then he just kind of submarines Brian Davis.
Yeah, a little carelessness with the ball again.
Yep. St. Albert will get the ball, and they're going to slowly make their way up the floor.
Yeah, only 10 seconds left on the 30 now. It'll be a short possession here. Ooh.
Oh, Katz short side. Had Verville leaning, but just left his foot back to make the stop. Lindor skids through that check, goes to the net. Backdoor pass. Behind the back attempt, Bold wasn't fooled. Kai Tarbell, nice effort, couldn't get it.
Yeah, down at this end, wrong side, short side, and almost goes in, and he come down the other way, and a 2-on-1, and Bold makes a save. 2 minutes left here in the third period.
Cornfield on the far side, no rush, as you said, for St. Albert.
Well, they want to get a shot and a rebound if they can, and make sure there's no breakaways against or 2-on-1s.
Barron is back by the restraining line, getting ready to go to the bench, and that's going to be a St. Albert possession off of an Akwesasne player.
Yeah, a real lucky play there to reset the 30 and you know, get this game down to 1:30 left possibly.
And you can see Barton was just standing casually, didn't know Heine Thompson was coming, and everyone on the floor let him know. Penalty coming to Akwesasne.
Yeah, that's been the story of the night. Really not a very smart time to take it. I think it was a high stick, and right in front of the referee, had no choice but to call it. Was not a ticky-tack call at all. You know, it was a high stick to the head, so at least that's what I think he's calling. Yeah, high stick. You know, the penalty literally occurred probably 4 feet from him, so it's, you know, he's got to do his job, and he's got a, you know, referee in chief in the stands that are analyzing these guys, and he has to make that call. I know people are going to say, hey, let them play, but that's a high stick to the head.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree, let them play until they endanger someone or break the rules. I mean, I always found when people say let them play, a lot of times it means let them break the rules. It's like, no, just call the rules. You don't have to call some little ticky-tack holding, you don't have to call.
And I'm not naive to think that maybe this is their strategy anyway. To get a shorthanded goal. So, you know, this could be their strategy, the Akwesasne Bucks.
We'll see what Darren Kinnear does. He is the high man for St. Albert. He's staying pretty high so far. I can't imagine him coming down much lower than he is now. No, he'll pass, and there's a goal, and he was already heading back the other way. So that was clearly their approach. But Richard Lachlan has another goal.
Nice play. Kinnear was going back. And Richard Lachlan on this shot, you'll see, it looks like he's going short side and just floats it out to the far side. Goalie bites on the inside shot. We'll see it here. Looks like he's coming in this way and just floats it back far side. What a great shot by a veteran player.
And you can see Kinnear taking off to the right of the screen there.
Yeah, they don't want any shorthanded goals against. You know, they're down by 3 with 123 left here, and you know, this game's looking tough. I look to the Bucks to pull the goalie right away as soon as they get it. Yeah,
I would imagine St. Albert's been getting possession so often, and Ryan Gould is going to get it, but Heine Thompson rams it into the boards. The ball pops loose. Gould's not going to grab it. He's going to let John Lintz come up with it. No chance to get the goalie out. Here comes Davis. Lachlan off the bench. Barron off the bench. Can't quite connect.
Yeah, I'm surprised they go to the net here.
Oh, the
totally
pass
surprised
gets away.
they go to the net.
Yeah, it's a 2-1. 2-on-1. Heine Thompson just loses control of the pass from Tarbell. Bold behind the back. And the coaching staff is yelling, stay there.
Yeah.
Don't even come over center.
Yeah, we don't want any 2-on-1s or 3-2. They're like, hold it.
Yeah. Aaron Bold directing traffic. There's a pass to Barton. 12 on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock. There's still one defender, two defenders for St. Albert back in their own end, and now Duff comes out. Final 20 seconds. See if Akwesasne.
Well, maybe goal for and
Well,
against. They're going
Thompson
to try to
puts
get
the
one for
shoulder
sure.
down.
So
Goals for and against becomes a big part of the factor.
Yeah.
So. But it will finish 13-10 in favor of St. Albert over the Akwesasne Bucks. Quite a fascinating game. Jamie Batley, quick summary.
well, the summary of the game and the bottom line is that Akwesasne played tough. That's their game. They weren't afraid to take penalties. We knew that before going into the game, but they probably took 25 penalties, and there was probably at least 18 to 20 power plays. I know that seems crazy, and I'm not. I'm
You're not even really exaggerating.
I'm not exaggerating, and they had to have 10 power play goals.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at the score, I'm going, okay, 10 power play goals, or even if it was only 8,
Yeah.
that's 8 goals. You subtract that from 13 to 25. So maybe not the strategy. Maybe not the strategy that should have been employed, but that's what it was.
Yeah, we'll see what they do next time. Our next time is 7:45 tonight for the opening ceremonies, and then the 8 o'clock game between Jamie Batley and the Ganawagi Mohawks against the Snake Island Muskies here at the President's Cup on Lacrosse TV. I'm Steven Stamp with Jamie Batley. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.